There's been another crash out. So Minneapolis Democrats, including elected officials, attempted to stop a major drug trafficking bust conducted by the FBI, ICE, ATF, and local police. Federal officers should have not have to deal with this level of abuse on the job. So you have a bunch of these people that think that this is all for illegal immigration. Yes, take a look at this. Man, these people are hilarious. Yes.
What you signed up for? Is this what you want to be doing?
Lower your mask.
They've got to start arresting these people for fucking obstruction of justice. You've got to start arresting them. You've got to start holding them accountable. We get a new video of this every single day. It happens. Yes, and here's another one too.
Chaos erupted
it's
in South
not going to
Minneapolis
stop.
As federal law enforcement agencies.
Yeah, and the reason why is that these people think that they're doing the right thing, and there's no consequences for what they're doing or saying. So why are they going to keep? Why would they stop doing this if they think they can get away with it?
The FBI, ICE, DEA, and ATF.
They get arrested, but then they get bailed out. Well, then make it to where they can't get bailed out. It's easy.
High-risk search warrants related to drugs and money laundering at this Mexican restaurant on East Lake Street. Hundreds of protesters gathered, some clashing with law enforcement, believing it was an ICE raid.
I had people hugging me.
So they thought this was an ICE raid, and they actually impeded a drug bust. At a certain point, these people need to get arrested. This is crazy. How is this happening?
Because they're scared. I feel we can do better. I feel we can do better as a country.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry
and
Minneapolis police say what happened was not related to immigration enforcement, and no arrests were made during the operation.
Regardless of what was taking place,
well, yeah, because it got fucked up.
The fact that, there are agents who are militarized, they deployed tear gas on community members. Whatever was happening is completely unacceptable.
Ella Hagan from
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. She doesn't even know. Yeah, she doesn't even know. Like, yeah, of course they're going in and they have militarized vehicles because they're going to make a drug bust. Like, those people have guns. Are you retarded?
From Minneapolis.
Is it a sketch? No.
And is enraged by what she witnessed.
You should have been tear gassed. You should be arrested. You should be glad you're not in jail. If it was up to me, you should be in jail.
I think we're standing united.
Standing united.
The rejection of this systemic violence.
Standing together.
Systemic violence. You're the one throwing trash cans at the police officers. Where's all the violence is these people hitting the officers.
As tensions and some confrontations
escalate.
I got knocked down.
Look at this.
I still haven't my adrenaline is still really high up there.
Andrea Stearns from Minneapolis says she was helping direct traffic to keep other protesters safe when a driver hit her.
And he stopped. And then I had my hands on the roof of his car, and then he gunned it. And
why are you in the middle of the road? You're not a police officer. Why are you trying to direct traffic? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what is this? Like, you're sitting, you're getting out in the street, like, Officer fucking Karen. This is insane.
At about 40 miles an hour down to the corner here.
That's when Stearns says protesters deflated the driver's tires and surrounded his car until police responded about 45 minutes later. As officers escorted the driver away, tensions and confrontations once again.
She should have never been in the road. It should have never, like, this entire conflict. Like, if you're poking out the guy's tires or something like that, I mean, I hope it was a Tesla, because if it is, they're going to have the footage of it, and that person's going to get got. And yeah, this is embarrassing.
Elevated.
Well, I just want people to actually acknowledge that this is happening in our own backyards.
Of course it is.
In a South Minneapolis neighborhood now filled with uncertainty,
The sun is coming out.
a moment to breathe
The sun is about to come out. Look at God.
in the midst of chaos.
So you have a bunch of random people. How are they letting this happen over there? It's a bunch of random Karens that have just gone wild. And yeah, the reporter, yeah, this is insane. This is how it starts? Yeah, this is like some dumb coded language. Well, the sun's coming out, it's going to melt the ice, right? I think that's clearly like, that's the metaphor. I mean, I'm assuming. The city's fucked because of Tim Walz. Yeah, Karen's gone wild. Look at this. Standing in the middle of the road trying to direct traffic like they're officers. And then she's mad she had somebody almost run her over.
Out how many people who showed up to protest were arrested or detained. But to be clear, Julie, no arrests were made today specifically.
What a bunch of fucking pussies. Are you kidding me? How does this happen? How do you have a bunch of people going and standing in the road, blocking traffic, assaulting officers, throwing things at them, but nobody gets arrested? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, this is insane. How did this happen? I don't know.
Connection to that raid that happened.
And there was just that one restaurant in the South Minneapolis location, but also there's another restaurant in Bloomington as well that was a subject of a raid today.
Yeah, it's actually the same restaurant with the same ownership, except just a different location that happened in Bloomington, and we don't know.
So wait a minute. So let me get this straight. The same restaurant, there are two locations, but both of them are getting raided, and somehow these people think that the police are the problem? Sure.
Of any protests that happened there, as far as we're aware of.
Right.
Jesus.
Keep watching that story. Thank you, Raya.
I think you misinterpreted what she said about the arrests. Protesters were arrested, not the target of the raid, though. Oh, okay. So it's even better. So now we arrested the Karens instead of the drug dealers. This is a photo of ISOP in Minneapolis. Might be one of the most beautiful things I've seen. Make tacos, not walls. Isn't Minneapolis like all the way up in the north? I mean, like, do these people even have to deal with it? Like, do they even have to deal with illegal? Yeah, it's like way up in the north. So how is it that they have a problem with the wall when they're not even the ones that are dealing with the brunt of illegal migration to begin with? You're not even the ones that are dealing with it, and you're acting like you're gonna talk down to everybody else. It's so annoying. It's a sanctuary city. Yeah, and also, by the way, look at this. It's all a bunch of, I mean, I guess there's some black people there, but again, as always, it's a bunch of white people. There aren't even any Hispanic people that I even see there. It's all white people. They are the illegals? Yeah, look at this. There's another one here. We reached a boiling point when it comes to ICE. Stay in Minneapolis. Yeah, here we go. There's another one. Sorry, it's so loud. Apologize. Yep. Man.
How you feel?
Man, these motherfuckers, that's how I feel.
The usual suspects. Yep.
Look what you're doing to the people.
Look what you're doing to the people as they're trying to arrest a group of people that are doing drugs and selling drugs. Yep, there we go.
Look what you're doing to the people.
Yep. Don't blame white people in Poland. You have a wall against immigrants. Poland's 96% white, and you don't have that issue. That's because Poland doesn't have the same type of white guilt that America does and the rest of Europe does, because Poland got directly invaded by Nazi Germany. So the difference is that, and I think that's a very, very big difference. The reason why this happens is that reason why I think so many white people pop off and they do this so much is because of that internalized guilt and then trying to like work through that. I think that's a big reason. It might sound stupid, but I don't think it is. Man.
Get the fuck out!
Why are they the ones getting mad about the police officers wearing masks, but they're wearing masks yelling at them? Yeah. I don't know why all of these people aren't getting arrested. This is an insane, like, degradation of society that is just completely unnecessary. You keep forgetting they're retarded, arrest them all? Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is not acceptable anywhere. Like, that they need more manpower. I think that the problem is that this is a situation where you divide and conquer, right? You have to have you have to put a increased amount of force in a certain area, and then if anybody is violent at all, then all of those people get arrested there, and it sets an example for everybody else. Because I think once the example is set, then this stuff stops happening. But right now, the example isn't set. And the example is that people like this girl here, this another Karen, right? Watch her. She's grabbing and assaulting a federal officer. You should go to jail for that, because effectively this is a person he's trying to, like, this is a person impeding him from doing his job, and she's pushing him away for that. You should just be arrested for that. Yeah, you're assaulting. And it's auto jail. Exactly. And I don't know why there's any other perspective. Like, I can't imagine that anybody else could think differently than this. Yeah, explain this in WoW terms. You don't attack the city guards. Yeah, or if you flag for PvP, you might have people attack you.
This is how the sheriff works.
The DA of Minneapolis won't charge them? Yeah, I mean, it's just you're throwing random shit at the cars and everything. Like, how is this acceptable anywhere? These people are acting like absolute animals. What about federal court? Culture war is at a tipping point? I actually think that this problem is so easy to solve and it would go away instantaneously. And I want to give you a great example of how I know that's true. Do you remember what happened with, let's think about Johnny Somali. After Johnny Somali and Vitali got arrested, how many more people are going out and copying what they did? Not so many. Pretty much zero, right? Yeah. Pretty much zero. And so a couple? Yeah, right. Okay, and then let's use another example. Do you remember when those two girls damaged or tried to damage that painting for the Just Stop Oil thing, and then they got sentenced to 10 years in jail? Do you remember when that happened? How many times have we heard about Just Stop Oil after that? Zero. It's so easy to solve this problem. It's crazy how easy it is to solve this problem. And these are just two examples I have right off the top of my head. Yeah, sure. What, the officers shoot their guns in the air, people would scatter? No, because then the bullets could come down and hit some random person. You don't want to have people firing warning shots, absolutely. Like, I don't want the officers to shoot these people. I just want them to get arrested and put in jail, right? I mean, that's it. Yeah, I mean, like, again, like, if you're going and you're assaulting officers like this, it's not even, oh, here
a group right here trying to block the police from leaving once again. They threw
trying
out
to block the police?
Now people are trying to create a line out here to stop ICE and FBI.
Just arrest him and put him in jail. What is this? This is literal, like, this is third world behavior. Why are we letting our country be turned into a third world nation because of a bunch of emotional Karens? You need to lock these fuckers up. This is insane. How is this happening? Zach, they have no prison states. There's no will to incarcerate in blue states. Then make another prison. Okay, so like, why not just make another one? It's simple.
Right now, that's your city.
Yeah, you just got that. You just. Sometimes, guys. Oh man. Sometimes stereotypes are reality, huh?
The fuck out!
out! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Look at him go!
Right now! Back up!
So these people are putting up a pretty strong wall here. They're not letting people, the police are obviously retaliating. People are pushing back at the police, showing no respect towards the police. People are upset because the ICE did come through here and they did take some illegal immigrants out of here.
Murderers? Like, what do you mean? These people are just trying to stop they're trying to make a drug bust, and they're being called murderers. What the hell is wrong with these people? What is this? They literally can't. The DA is soft on crime and lets them out the same day. Okay. Very simple solution. If the city is not doing this, then cut their federal funding. Problem solved. I don't think that the federal government should be funding a city that's not even enforcing the federal laws. Yeah, then just cut their funding. Like, I feel like it's so easy. It's so simple. Yeah, or you could see that the DA is doing it and then charge the DA as being an accessory of the crimes. If the DA is systematically allowing these people to violate and assault police officers, then why can't you hold the DA accountable as being an accessory to the crimes? Why not? Yeah, I mean, because that's to me. I mean, like, look, like I'm a problem solver, right? Like to me, like I automatically go as soon as somebody does something like this, I will immediately go charges of corruption. Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants this, right? Everybody wants this. Who wants this? What I'm saying right here, who thinks that we are overdue for this happening? That's right. There's a lot of people that already cut Minnesota's federal funding. The state reacted by cutting the schooling budget. Cut it some more. There's always ways that you can do it worse. The federal government has a million levers. Start pulling more of them. Why do you hold cops in such high regard? I don't give a fuck about the cops. I don't care about the cops. It's about the law. It's about the fact that, like, and also, by the way, I think that these cops, yeah, I'm going to side with the police officers trying to enforce the law of arresting people that are illegal aliens and drug dealers over a bunch of random retard fat Karens with nose rings throwing trash cans at them. And, like, how do you think dumping out a big can of trash in the street? Look at this. How is this helping anybody? This random fucking kid dumps a can of garbage out in the street, and you think that I'm trying to defend the cop? This is This is third world behavior. What is going on? Didn't you just say you don't care about laws this week? Of course. I don't care about laws that I disagree with. I agree with these laws. Yeah, of course. Why would I care about a law that I disagree with? Yeah, duh. Yeah, it's like anyone.
This is how the sheriff works.
Yep. Bro, this guy's throwing his shield like he's Captain America. Look, you got... Oh, God. Yeah, it's insane. It's not feasible. No one really wants the entire establishment upended. I've spent some deep meditation time on this. We'd be no different than the Middle East. We'd be no different than the Middle East if we took people that are openly throwing garbage and violating and assaulting police officers and put them in jail. That would make us the Middle East. I think that you have created a false reality. That I think you need to you keep meditating, okay? You're halfway there.
You don't know the city, fucking dumb fucker! Push it through.
Go back to Elk River, you pieces of shit. Back, bye, Mike. Slide back.
Oh, jeez. No wonder they hate trash cans. What a fucking retard. Oh my god. Yeah, trash can PvP. I know, the guy pushed him. Yeah. His own guy pushed him. I guess so. Guy assaulting with umbrella deserves jail time. Face is exposed. Yeah, it's not even close.
Look, you had this guy taunting and messing with the police. He's gotten thrown a few times by the police. I mean, he's keeping on going back to him, too. This guy right here,
he's
got pushed by the police.
Bro, you know you're embarrassed about falling over the trash can. You know you're embarrassed. You know you're an idiot. You knew that shit happened. Yeah. He lost his keys. Yeah. Look at this. Jesus Christ. There are two, as I said, guys, two groups of people in this world that cause all of our problems. All of our problems. No shot, they're playing the XX? Yeah, I guess so. And, yep. Minneapolis pastor confronts MPD chief for breaking his promise not to work with ICE. Why would a pastor want to have drug dealers and illegal aliens in their country? What the hell's wrong with you? Jesus, it's insane. Like, I don't know what's happening, guys. Yeah, it's an emotional appeal. This entire thing is built off of emotions. It is. The whole thing is.
Minneapolis. I'm on the streets in Minneapolis, Minnesota right now, and I just walked upon an ICE raid. There are protests out here, extremely angry.
Yeah.
My heart's beating really fast because I cannot even believe I drove upon this. This is what is going on right now.
We're going to be a third world country in 10 years if people let this shit keep going on. We are. We're going to be a third world country. And this is like, it's the thing is that I would say Europe would be laughing at us, but the fact is it's fucking worse over there, right? Yeah, so like at least a lot of places in Europe. I mean, Poland would be laughing, and I think they deserve to. But yeah, overall, like it's just embarrassing. It's pathetic. Look at this. Man. Any shamers? This is so weird. Yep. Well, and you guys see what I'm saying, right? Is that the reason why this happens is because these people get away with it. And I just gave you two great examples of how when actual real material consequences are involved, these things evaporate instantly. Said playing 20 minutes? Yeah, I know. This is just crazy. And what's this here? And you don't do any drugs, so you might not understand that some people want drug dealers in their area. No, I understand that. I played Schedule 1. I get that some people like doing drugs. But, like, you shouldn't be surprised. Like, I mean, again, they're not going after... I don't care if people... This is just me. I don't care if people grow and sell weed. I don't think that most people care. So, like, I mean, maybe other, like, more intense drugs like meth or heroin or fentanyl, like, that's a problem. But, like, do people really care about growing and selling weed? Like, who cares? As long as you're not selling it to kids and you're not high and driving, I don't think 99% of people actually care about this.
Their job and fighting back against them.
Jesus. You suck.
How did you know?
Oh, you really showed them, huh? Good job, Cletus. Go back home. Get the fuck out of here.
Please. What's your name?
It's like children. Like, they're just running around screaming shame. Really, it's so childlike. I can't even believe it. They are. Yeah, it's unreal. And so, yeah, this happened yesterday. And also, just for anybody who doesn't fully understand what's going on here, these are people who totally obstructed and ruined a drug bust because they thought that the people and the cops there were there to arrest illegal aliens. But in fact, it was for a drug bust. It was for a drug bust. That's it. And you can see here, ICE has no place in Minneapolis. You can see this is the kind of person that says this. A person that locks comments. These viewpoints and these perspectives can only exist inside of a reservation. They can only exist as an endangered species, a protected opinion. Because if you put this opinion out in the wild, it dies. Because it's ridiculous. And nobody thinks this.
Yo, don't fucking touch her.
It's the same guy.
Alright, then we have people here pushing the cops right here.
Jesus.
And now they took them.
Fuck you! Get your fucking hands off!
They got to arrest these people. They got to do it. What's wrong with these people? I don't know.
Come on!
No tear gas? No, unfortunately not.
No! MTV! Hey! We need your fucking protection from these guys! There's a in yourself!
I need your protection. You need... okay.
Help us!
What's going on?
The cops won't...
It's another... Dude, why is it that every single one of the... Like, I feel like, I'm not even kidding, 80% of these protests and rallies are middle-aged, like, Karens, middle-aged women. Why is it always just, like, overwhelmingly middle-aged white women that are doing this? What is like? I mean, like we're all. I mean, somebody's got to say it, right? I mean, that's clearly what's going on.
What's going on?
The cops won't fucking protect us from these fucking FBI agents.
Oh, for sure.
An ICE raid has taken place here in Minneapolis. The cops, SWAT team, FBI, whoever's out here has really taken over the streets, and people have taken to the streets. I don't even know what has happened. I was literally driving, filming a completely separate video, and then I got out of the car because they had taken over this whole entire block.
Jesus Christ.
This is happening here on the streets.
Jesus.
Here you have the police. Right here you have the police right behind me. Then you have the FBI. Then you have a huge group, then you have another group of law enforcement behind us. And then you have everybody chanting, "Our streets."
What are they complaining about now? They're complaining about a drug bust. That's it. My mom was told to always vote conservative and holds conservative values, but sometimes she's swayed by emotional manipulation by left extremists. I mean, I think that the majority of all of these movements are just purely fueled by emotional manipulation and emotional thinking. Like, none of them are logical at all, and there's no actual grounded, like, thought-based and, like, logic-based analysis in any of these types of behavior. Like, I mean, and really, like, I mean, how do you logically decide to dump out a can of garbage in the middle of your own street? like in order to protest anything. Like, I mean, somebody logical, somebody reasonable doesn't do that. That's what a retard does. Yeah. Are you concerned one of these events someone will be dumb enough to pull a gun at one of these officers? Yeah, I am concerned about that. I think there's a high probability of it happening. Somebody shooting one of the officers or doing something like that, and then as soon as that happens, well, I mean, maybe that's what it's going to take for them to take this seriously. Because, like, if you allow this level of civil turmoil to happen, they're doing a disservice to everybody here by allowing this to occur. Because this is dangerous for everyone. People could slip and fall. They could get hurt. Obviously, like, the police are being impeded. This is a huge problem. And eventually, if somebody gets hurt, then maybe the police will realize, okay, now we actually need to take this seriously. The anger leads to irrational behavior. Yeah. And the issue, the issue of what happens is that whenever you allow things to escalate like this, they will continue escalating. So you have to nip this stuff in the bud whenever, as soon as people start getting violent at all, you immediately arrest them and get them out. Because that way it can never escalate to actually guns or anything like that. And again, you're doing this for their best interest. You're doing this to help them. Were they already violent? Yeah, but like, this isn't really violent. Like, let's be honest. Like, they're not bringing guns. They're not using weapons. They're not trying to actually hit these officers. They're not really being violent here. Like, they're being aggressive, and they are, like, they're being violent, but it's like a 3 out of 10. Right? And so, like, that's it. There's no serious threat here besides words. Well, I mean, there is a serious threat by the escalation of this, right? And so, like, for example, there's the threat, obviously, to everybody around. People could fall over, as I said. Somebody could get hurt. Like, if you're throwing objects around, it could hit somebody in the head, and that could injure them. I mean, there's a lot of ways that people could get injured this way that are actually kind of accidental, but they happen as a side effect to allowing this kind of behavior to occur, right? And so that's really what it is. They're trying to provoke the officers to initiate the aggression so they can justify being violent themselves. Yeah, I don't really know. And do you think the National Guard could do a better job as far as de-escalation goes? FBI seems to have pockets controlled. They just need more manpower. I think that the problem is that you don't need to have more manpower. All they need to do is arrest 5 people every single protest and then charge them and put them in jail for 10 years for some form of obstruction of justice or some form of assault on a police officer. And if you can put them in jail and actually land them in jail, the rest of them won't go again because they don't want to they don't want to take the risk of doing that. It's very simple, right? Would you? And it's like if you had a bucket of Skittles, and one Skittle inside of the bucket would be poisonous, but all of the other ones were fine. Would you ever take a Skittle out of that bucket? Absolutely not. No, you wouldn't. Never. And so the same exact principle occurs with this as well. And the reason why is that when people know that there's no risk, there's no reason to worry. But if you add in risk, then people stop doing this. And that's how it works. You can't just preemptively arrest people because they could cause a problem. That's how you get a police state. Well, no, what do you mean preemptively? Like, these people are actively assaulting police officers. There's no preemptive about it. It's on video. You spent probably the last 20 minutes watching this. How do you, what's preemptive about this at all?
Don't fucking touch her.
Yeah, it's reactive for sure. Let me go back and see if I can do this. And I do want to say that we have a very big event here, right? A big event today. And I did see this. This makes me extremely angry. And the people who it makes me the most angry at is the government. Like, the protesters are just these emotional, stupid babies and are not really worth taking seriously or getting mad about. But what really makes me angry is the fact that the government allows these people to run completely wild and do all this crazy stuff, and nothing ever happens to them. And there's no accountability, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. They're both obstructing and assaulting. Yeah, exactly. And so that's the reason why I get frustrated. It's actually not because of the protesters. I don't like the protesters, but that's not really the issue.